Alright people, what's happening and welcome back to another F1 2020 video here on the channel. And today we do have the Dutch Grand Prix, which I'm looking forward to. This Dutch track is a very quick one, very fast pace. Yeah, so let's just advance. We've got a few things on the calendar. As you can see, we've got an interview coming up as well. I'm not too sure what does happen during this interview, which we'll check out now. If it's worth looking at, I will leave it in the video. If not, I will probably cut this out, but let's go check this out. Yeah, okay, so that was absolutely pointless. That was just pointless. Yeah, he has about 6 questions and yeah, just a complete waste of time, but we do advance. We got a bit of money there. Gearbox durability upgrade failed. I can't believe this. I don't know what's going on with our research and development department, but every time we try and do an upgrade, it fails. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. We can't even afford to do it again. Oh no, we can't actually. It's absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, you can invest in the facilities department to upgrade it here. So 1.5 mil there to improve failure chance reduction to 10%. But it's just ridiculous. 40% or 30%, you shouldn't be failing the point. Do you know what I mean? We can actually buy an upgrade, like I say, for one of these departments, but we don't have any resource points, so right now I think it's a bit pointless, to be fair. So we are going to leave it for now. And since I discovered this driver market the other day, right, I'm just very greedy and I'm thinking about, can we save up and maybe pick up, save up some money and pick up a secondary driver from one of these other teams, because that is what I'm after right now. Because obviously Boccolacci, he's not really pulling his weight, you know. I say that, but we are getting similar finishes. I don't know why I'm slagging off Boccolacci for absolutely no reason, but yeah, since I discovered this drivers market and you can actually buy drivers from the other teams, it has made me think about what we should do with the money, whether to invest it or whether to pick a secondary driver up. But obviously, these are expensive people, do you know what I mean? Especially these few here that are all 6 mil. I'd probably be looking to pick up Carlos Sainz. I do really like Carlos Sainz as a driver, but you know, he's going to be a claim level 10 soon, so maybe his value will go up to 7.5 mil when that does happen. But anyway, yeah, we've not really got anything to do in the menus, so we're just going to get into the race weekend usual setup, a few laps on practice, which you won't see in the video, and then you'll see qualifying and you'll see the race. So let's get into it. Alright boys, we have made it to qualifying, and I don't know how we've made it here in one piece, to be honest. The practice wasn't the best, I'm going to be honest. Let me have a look at the recording. I literally just spent 32 minutes in practice there, trying to get used to this track, trying out different setups with the car. For P1, we didn't actually have any soft tyres, we only had hard or medium to choose from, and I was running on the hard tyres. And it was so hard to drive. It was actually so hard. I was skidding everywhere. As you can see, though, we are onto the softs. I did advance to P2 so I could get a feel for the car with the soft tyres. And it was a lot better. But I was still skidding everywhere. I'm not sure what's wrong with the car. I didn't feel like I had much grip. I will show you the setup that I am using for this. Obviously, the fuel load does it itself. For the aerodynamics, we have 4.7. Transmission is 50/50. The geometry is 2914, 0.5 and 0.2. Suspension is 133835. The brakes 150. And then the tyres pretty much just all the way to the left for the tyre pressure. Yeah, like I say, it was a very tough lap to drive, but the laps that I did complete, the one lap that I did complete, I should say, I literally only did one good lap. It was literally the lap of my life. It was still it was P14 or something, but you know, we were very close in split times to the people in and around us. And on a luckier day, we might have been P10 or above with how good that lap was. So I am used to the track now, and we are going to get into the qualifying lap. Yeah, so hopefully we don't crash, because literally I spun out and crashed so many times, but hopefully I have got used to this Netherlands track here. and hopefully we can do a 2 and out like we normally do in the qualifying, and we don't have to restart or pit or do anything else like that. It's just about taking it easy until you do get to the main, until you get to the finish line, sorry, when you do these flying laps. Yeah, literally as soon as you've, like, because there's so much grass and so much gravel, as soon as my tyres were going into the grass or the gravel, I was just losing control of the car and flying off the course. You see how fast it is. Like, you see we nearly lost control there. A bit of oversteer going through that corner. But yeah, let's go, boys. A late break into this. Poor apex on that corner there. This lap's already a write-off, I can tell, because of how late we hit that apex there on that corner. And we've got on the grass there. Yeah, this lap is a complete write-off. And we've spun out. You see there, I don't know what's going on with the oversteer. I really don't know what's going on with the oversteer. Literally, I'm locking the wheel and then the back end is just flying out. And I don't know why. But it is something we must contain, something we must handle, and something we need to deal with, especially as we come around these last few bends. That was a nice corner there. Turn early into this corner. A bit too early. Yeah, and you see we've spun out. We did go off the track there, but we have spun out and we are facing the wrong way. This is an absolute disaster of a lap, and I'll probably just skip now until we get to a good lap. This is looking like a good lap so far. We have took those first few corners quite well, if I do say so myself. That little bit there when you just flat out on the throttle, it is a very tough to avoid the grass and to spin out there on that grass. Brake late here. We have missed the proper apex for that corner. You can see we did purple section 1 though, which is very good. Of course, riding the curb a bit there as we get straight going through the corner into the DRS zone. And come on, can we set a good lap here? Can we get a bit of pace? Less than a lap of fuel left. Can we get a good pace? Poor corner there from us, but can we set something good? Come on. These last few bends are my favourite of the course. We have done that quite well there, riding the left hand curve as we enter the final DRS zone. That is a decent sector 3 from us, and we set a 1:14.6. That is a very nice lap. We are going to box this lap. Where does that put us? That puts us P6 at the minute. Obviously Hamilton hasn't come out yet. Oh dear. I was checking out the top left there to read the times. Yeah, a 1:14.6. Hamilton sets a 1:13.6, a complete second ahead of us, which is a massive difference in Formula 1. But of course, you know, it's Hamilton in a Mercedes car. What do you expect? But we will take that. You know, I think we'll get a decent score on position on the grid. We are just going to take the car into the pits now. We nearly have a collision with Ocon there. I'm going to slow down and let him go past. Yeah, we do nearly have a collision with Ocon there, and I don't know what's happened to the car, but we can't accelerate. Yeah, so we are going to take the car into the pits. I do think we could have done a better time than that. You know, that corner towards the end where you've got the right hand straight into the winding left hand corner. We could have took that right hand initially a lot better, you know, by riding the curb. But it is what it is. We'll learn from that in going into the race. And yeah, let's just see how our time compares to other cars. Okay, let's check out the standings. P7. P7, that is crazy. Where did Boccalacci come? Boccalacci down there, he had a 1:16.3. And what did we end up getting? A 1:14.6. We are going to bump up the AI difficulty there. We have improved massively on this Dutch track. And obviously our teammate has slipped behind us. So we are going to bump up the AI difficulty going into Q2, sorry, and Q3 and then the race. But yeah, P7, that's crazy. Like I say, we did run an incredible lap. Obviously Bottas only just ahead of us by... as you can see there, 0.9 of a second. Yeah, wow, look at the split times between Hamilton and Verstappen. That's crazy. Yeah, so let's get into Q2 and bump up the AI difficulty. Here we go, boys. First lap in Q2. Can we see a repeat of Q1? That would be very nice indeed for P7 on the grid. You know, that was a crazy lap time from us there. Poor corner here. And we're off. See, we're skidding again. The oversteer is crazy with this car. I'm not sure what it is. It was even worse before I did change the setup of the car. I genuinely don't know what's going on. Like, seriously, I have no answer for what's going on. I won 14.6 for Lando Norris there. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what's going on. This lap is a write-off. Obviously, we did skid out there. I won 14 for Vettel. Bloody hell, you can see the difference already after we do bump up the AI difficulty. You can see the difference in skill already. But yeah, so we are going to call this lap a write-off. The second lap will be our qualifying lap. Let's see, can we make it through to Q3? I highly doubt it. But can we do a madness? Can we do something special here and get to Q3? Or will we take... well, I don't even know where we'll come. Because obviously we did make it through to Q2. What's the least we could get? 15, is it? Can we get P15 on the grid? Obviously P6 at the minute. Early break from me there. I should have broke a bit later. A few seconds I could have shaved off there. This turn, I hate this turn. Too much braking from me there. Let's go late into this turn. Nice apex coming out of it. We spun out again and we've crashed. Oh, this track is just unforgiving. It really is. Damage to the front wing. We're going straight to the box. This lap, I mean, this course really is unforgiving. We're going to let a few people pass us there. Magnussen and Kvyat. He's letting us back on. I don't know why. Yeah, this course is really unforgiving. You know, one mistake and you're out of the race. I can see I was actually crashing in the race, you know. Like, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but we've been spun out there by Kvyat. What's he doing? What's he doing, the absolute neek? Why has he just done that? Idiot. Oh, what a fool. What an idiot. Yeah, man, we're going straight to the box. I'll see you on the next lap. Alright, boys, we are back. This is going to be our last lap, probably, on the qualifying, and we will just take whatever time we do get from this lap right here. Let's hopefully make it a good one. It's already feeling poor. 3 terrible corners to start off the lap with. Yeah, it's not feeling good, it really isn't. We're green on the Delta, but we don't feel green behind the wheel. Across the line there with a 1:14.2. That's better than our Q1 time there. I think we can go again though. Try and beat that. Yeah, boys, unfortunately we couldn't beat that time. I did have a nightmare in sector 2 on that second lap there. Spun out a bit. We are going to we don't even have time to go back out there after the damage is repaired. Let's check out where that does put us on the leaderboards. P12, so we are knocked out of the qualifying. That's unfortunate. 1 second from the top 10. What about our teammate? Oh, he was knocked out in Q1, of course. Yeah, P12 though. It's not a bad position to start on the grid, is it? P12. And we do get actually a sponsor bonus for that, for finishing or for qualifying in the top 12 places. So that is what we absolutely love to see. Now let's advance through to the race.
was 35 years ago that the late great Niki Lauda took his 25th and final Grand Prix win here at Zandvoort. He came from 10th on the grid to beat his McLaren teammate Alain Prost by just 0.2 of a second. Well, Zandvoort is a very different circuit today, of course, but still one with an incredible legacy. And we're going to add to that. Welcome along to the 2020 Dutch Grand Prix. 4 lefts and 10 rights make up the 14 corners of the narrow and demanding Zandvoort circuit, with plenty of peaks and valleys over the course of a 2.6-mile lap, which will demand absolute concentration from our drivers here today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from
Alright boys, here we are at the race. The 2 Ferraris actually take pole and second. Hamilton and Bottas do take third and fourth. Hamilton drops to fourth. He's been pole for every race so far. The 2 Red Bulls there in fifth and sixth. We are coming up shortly, and we're actually in 11th. So someone must have took a penalty because we were P12, but we are now P11. That is what you love to see. Let's see. Yeah, Kvyat got a 10th-place grid penalty. That's hilarious. Boccolacci is still 21st on the grid though, which is unfortunate. That's a stinky time now. 1:16.3. Yeah, we do need to look at getting a replacement second driver very soon, because Boccolacci just isn't cutting it. Obviously, we're flying ahead, 2 seconds ahead of him in qualifying. Let's check out the race strategy. Like I say, I did try this track on the hard tyres and it was a disaster. So we are just going to stick with the regular strategy of softs into mediums. Let's get to the race. It is 18 laps, so we did a good job doing that. Can we get a good start? It's lights out. Stroll seems to have a bad start. We've overtook Stroll straight away, right in behind Perez there. We've missed our braking points, but it is the first lap, so we are battling a lot of cars here. Some collisions on our right, going wheel to wheel with everyone. Daniel Ricciardo in front of us with Sergio Perez just next to him. We're taking the inside on Ricciardo, and he's took the outside on Perez. What a mad start to the race. Perez is pulling away from us on the straights, which is to be expected. You know, we don't have the power that these other cars do at the moment. But we're in a good position, we're in P9. Bad corner for me, but yeah, I'm just concerned about Lance Stroll, who is behind us. You can see the markers at the bottom. He's very close. Race engineer there saying decent start, and I agree with him. You know, we're going to try and keep this up. Try and use some of our ERS. We do struggle to remember to use that ERS sometimes. Took that turn bad there at the end of sector 2. And we're riding the curb, that could have been costly. We almost spun out there. Lance Stroll is catching us. Took that last turn very nicely, and let's get some speed. Going into the final turn of the lap, Charles Leclerc has set a 1:18.1 as the fastest lap of the race so far. We are a good few seconds behind him there. Obviously we set a 1:23.5, that's poor. Let's try and make up some time going into the rest of the laps of this race. I need to be careful, I need to be very careful. We've almost spun out quite a few times. And yeah, we're just losing speed on these straights. Look how fast Perez is compared to us. We've gave Stroll the inside there. He's went for the play and he's bottled it. He's pulled out. We've got engine wear already. We're losing power. This isn't good. It's literally lap 2, and we've just got a message off the engineer to say that we are going to lose some power in the engine. Can we see the damage for ourselves? I've brought up the wrong menu. Leclerc says another new fastest lap. He loves this course, does Leclerc. Obviously he got pole in qualifying and he's flying ahead in the race already. We've set a new fastest lap for ourselves there though. Another new fastest lap for us there at 1:15.9. We are getting quicker as the race goes on. We're creating a big gap between us and Lance Stroll there. You can see he's 2 seconds behind us now. And we are catching Sergio Perez, who's catching Ricciardo. And we've just bumped Perez a bit there. Luckily took no damage on the front wing. That could have been a disaster. With just a little love tap to let him know that we are there behind him. Let him know that he needs to keep pushing, because if he slows down, we're going to take him. Hamilton has a problem with his car. We could see Hamilton retire for the second race in a row. I'm sure it was last race where Hamilton did have to retire. It just came up on the radio then that he has got some problems with the car and he's slowing down. Can we get some overtake on here coming into the DRS zone? We've got slipstream on Perez. It's a very hard course to overtake on this Netherlands course because it is so fast paced. But we are right up behind Perez. He's pulling, you see, he's very quick on the corners. Now our engine's showing signs of wear. What is going on with this track? What is going on with this race? The engine's showing signs of wear. We're going to have a loss of power. We can feel that already as you see Perez getting away from us there on this straight. We almost rear-end him again. He had a bit of lock up there. We're getting miles ahead of Lance Stroll as well. I don't know what he's playing at. But Perez had a bit of lock up there. We could have tried to make a play. Tried to take the outside there and it just didn't work out. It's a tough race here between us and Perez. I'm not sure how Ricciardo's going to get on for the rest of it. He seems to be flying ahead of Perez, to be fair. So even if we do overtake Perez, it doesn't look likely that we will catch Daniel Ricciardo. We're trying not to give Perez any room to breathe, but he is flying ahead of us. We do have DRS though. Of course, when you're within 1 second of the guy in front, you can activate DRS. And we took that corner nicely, cutting the curb to try and catch up. We've got a lot of ERS saved up, so we're going to use that to try and catch these two in front of us. Another DRS zone coming up very soon. Down this home straight as we cross the finish line. It's a slow lap from us. Hopefully we can do better in this next lap. Bit of damage on the front wing there because Perez didn't commit to the turn there and was a bit slow going around that corner, but that just shows that we are faster than Perez, because if he wasn't there, that was a great racing line to take through that corner. New strategy available on the MFD, but we don't actually want to take the new strategy because I'm sure they will try and replace the front wing, and it's only minor damage and we don't have the time to be able to change the front wing and get back into this position we're in. Obviously we're up in P9 right now. Perez is pulling away from us very quickly though. We do like taking that last corner in sector 2 there. We are very good at that one, as you can see, making the ground that we did lose out. But yeah, Perez just pulls away from us on these straights. It just really isn't fair, the power in their engine compared to ours. We enter the second DRS zone now. Of course we are maintaining that 1 second gap between us and Perez, but he will have DRS active 2 because of the gap between him and Daniel Ricciardo is obviously very close. We are 1.2 seconds behind Ricciardo, so it's not actually that big of a gap. This could be a good race between the three of us here. Oh great, this race is just going absolutely wrong. The engineers just said we're going to lose some tyre grip, so the tyres for some reason we're losing grip on them. I just don't know what's going on. Like I said, even in the practice I didn't feel much grip on this track, of course, but the pit window is now open, I do believe, after this lap. Another poor lap from us there, as you can see from the times in the top right. If we keep racing like that, Perez and Ricciardo are going to just get away from us and we're going to stand no chance of going for an overtake. There is actually a third car in front of us now, and it's Lewis Hamilton in front of Daniel Ricciardo there. So Lewis must be having problems still with his car, as it did mention earlier on the radio to us, because he should be obviously in that top 3 at all times, not in whatever position that is, 6th I think we are. We've run a few very poor laps back to back there. That was like 2 or 3 poor laps. A lot of people have gone into the pit there, so we are up into P6. We are going to pit the next lap ourselves, hopefully get these tyres sorted out, and I hope they don't try and change the front wing, because that will set us back by a lot of time that we can't afford really. But yeah, the car is just an absolute disgrace at the moment. I don't know what's going on with it. You can see Perez is flying ahead of us there. Yeah, Perez has increased the gap to 1.6 seconds, which means we won't get the RS in these zones, which will be a massive loss to us. But yeah, like, what is going on? I genuinely do not know. Now we have Sebastian Vettel right up behind us, which is just not someone that you want to see in your rearview mirror, is it? We are going to box this lap though, and it looks like Perez and Hamilton are also boxing this lap. Vettel flies past us. I have set it so they don't replace the front wing. It might have been an idea to actually get that changed. We probably should have, to be fair, but I just didn't want to wait that time. And we do come out behind Perez and Hamilton still. Valtteri Bottas has had to retire. You can see there he was at the side of the road. I don't know what's happened to him there, but Bottas has gone off the track and he is out of the session, so that does give us an extra place, boosts us up. We're currently in P11 after the pit stop. Maybe we should have got that front wing change, because look how fast Ricciardo is compared to us. Yeah, we're probably being very stubborn there, not replacing that wing. It was damaged. I just really didn't want to lose that those extra few seconds. You know, it was vital. We were in a good position fighting for the top 6. We're back down now into the top 12, of course, but I don't know if there's anyone left to pit in front of us. Maybe we can make up some time. Race engineers just reminding us we do have the overtake button available, which I completely forgot about. And we are into DRS. We are catching Ricciardo, which is a good sign. Though you burn through that ERS so quickly. Almost missed my braking point there for that first turn. Would have been a disaster. Yeah, a few people have pitted. You can see we're in P8 now. Ricciardo in 7th, just in front of us. We've took it late on this corner, showed the inside to whoever is behind us. Is no one actually. I don't know why there was a directional arrow just there when there's no one behind us, but Ricciardo, we are coming for you. Poor turn there, we're going too far wide. Can we get a nice exit? Try and use some ERS to make up for that there. It's a poor Sector 2 from us, as always. Sector 2 is my nemesis on this course. I just don't know what it is, I just can't hack it. But we are coming up to the last turn in Sector 2, which we do make ground on. As you can see, cutting that curb there, you just, like, because everyone goes around it, but if you just cut it, like, it doesn't affect your car much, and you just fly through the track. Max Verstappen with the new fastest lap of a 1:14.5, which is miles better than our best lap. I don't know why they want us to box again. I'm not changing the front wing. I don't know how much damage it is doing to our race currently, but I'm not changing it. You know, it takes way too much time, and if we were to pit again, that's just a silly mistake. Because of course we do play on 25% laps compared to the original of the race, so people only pit once. So if we pit twice, then we're just going to finish last, and it's just a stupid idea to do. Oh, that corner there is all about the exit, and we've got a terrible exit on it. Almost going onto the gravel there, which would have been a disaster, because every time I've touched that gravel, I do spin out. So it's lucky that we didn't make it onto there. Ricciardo is flying. I don't know where he's got that that power from. I don't know where that's come from, but he's just flew ahead. You can see in the bottom right though, there's a little warning light to say that our engine is damaged. Like I mentioned before at the start of the race, like, we lost a bit of power, and I just don't know what's going on. Like, the race has just been a disaster from the start of practice. It was never going to go good. I mean, well, we're still in P8, which is huge, because obviously that's points. We haven't had points for a very long time. But still, like I say, it doesn't look like we're going to catch Ricciardo. The pack behind us is quite far behind now as well. We're a good distance away from them, but the pack in front of us is an equal distance away from us as the pack behind. So it's one of them, like, it looks like we're just racing for 8th position right now. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to catch Daniel, and hopefully we can just hold off Stroll and everyone behind. Alex Albon with the new fastest lap as well. Obviously we've got a bit more weight added to the car because of the fuel and that, but where's that practice lap where we got a 114 point whatever it was? Where's that speed? Where is it? I need to bring that back. Let's try and hit our braking points perfect for this lap, and we've already tethered ourselves by saying that as we bottle the first corner. We need to run a perfect race now. Alright boys, it's probably skipped a lot of laps there. Like, I've had nothing to say really. It's been a proper uneventful race. We are still trying to catch Ricciardo, but he's a very good driver and he's making it very difficult for us. You can see we've got 2 laps left. That sector 2 is just killing us every time. Hopefully if we nail sector 2 on the last 2 laps, then we might come away with something. We have just tapped the wall there a bit, which has caused some damage. You can see the engine's goosed as well. But yeah, like I say, sector 2 is killing us. Sector 3 was poor on that lap there as well, but it is that sector 2 that's killing us every time. Sector 1 we nail pretty much, but the car is very worn out. We're getting a lot of understeer, especially on that corner there. Like, a lot of understeer around these bends right now. The front wing is damaged. You know, the tyres are, well, the tyres are sound, but the engine is worn out. 2 laps of fuel left when we have got 1 lap remaining, so we're sound for fuel, but it doesn't look like we're going to catch Ricciardo, but it doesn't look like we're going to get caught either. You know, like, look at that. Lance Stroll is 1.5 behind us, and then Ricciardo is 1.5 ahead of us. Another example of that understeer. Like, I don't know what is going on with the car this race weekend, but it's just not felt good at all. We might need to mess around with the setup again before the next race, because it is really so difficult to drive. It's such a disaster of a weekend. You can see how far ahead now Ricciardo is. He's flying. I don't know where he has got this speed from, but he's just tethered us completely there. Nearly 3 seconds ahead now. He's doubled his lead, and Lance Stroll's actually gaining on us, which is an absolute disaster. If he does overtake us, then I'm restarting the race, because I'm not having that. Carlos Sainz and Lance Stroll are battling for that 9th and 10th position there, and they both are catching me at a rapid speed, so hopefully we can see it through. This is of course the last lap. We've got a bit of ERS left, so let's try and make the most of that. We're not actually that far away from the end, but they are catching us. Look how close they are. It's going to go right down to the wire. I need to nail these last few turns. This turn right here is the worst one on the course for me. That one's terrible. Charles Leclerc does come through with the dub. Lance Stroll is going to get DRS, and he's going to have our slipstream. And Lance Stroll, he's so close behind us. It could be a disaster if he does beat us. Hamilton with the fastest lap there, 14.4. Can we see it through to the end, boys? Massive amount of understeer on that corner again. This is the final turn. We've got ERS activated. Lance Stroll is going to get DRS though. It is a DRS zone, of course, but we got across the line. We see the checkered flag. What a race. I say what a race, but I was complaining about it for the whole time. Yeah, 8th place, you know, that's a great result for us. Antonio Giovinazzi with the driver of the day. I don't know why he's got driver of the day. He probably finished about 21st.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Ferme. What a fantastic race it was. What do you think it was, Ants, that gave them the edge over
Charles Leclerc with the win there. I didn't see the other 2 cars actually. It looks like Vettel in 2nd and probably Verstappen in 3rd. I can't see Alex Albon getting 3rd in this race. In fact, he did set the fastest lap at one point, so it wouldn't actually surprise me. Sergio Perez coming 6th. Yeah, so we will take 8th place, of course. We had a few errors here and there. Definitely wasn't the cleanest race ever. Yeah, of course it was Verstappen in 3rd. No Mercedes on the podium though, which is a surprise. They've won, came 1st and 2nd in every race so far, I think. That is a big surprise, but of course Bottas did retire, and Hamilton, I think he had issues with his engine the same way we did. Like, we just had no power when Ricciardo was getting away from us on those straights. We just couldn't do anything about it, you know. Like, what are you supposed to do in that situation when your engine fails? It's just a disaster situation, but we will check out the grid right
So
now.
let's review the updated driver
We did come
stats.
8th there, as you can
With
see.
today's impressive
Started
results,
11th on the grid.
Charles Leclerc
Great
steps into the
race weekend
championship
altogether. Like,
lead. So, Anthony
if you look at it,
Who would you rank as your
a
driver
nice
of the
4
day?
points there. Terrible lap times is our best. Faster than Ricardo though is our best, but look at that, 14.4 from Albon and Hamilton. Our teammate is way down there, whole second behind us, in 20th position. Yeah, that's he is a disaster. He is terrible, Boccolacci, and he just really is. He's never going to make us. He's never going to get us points in the championship. Let's be honest with ourselves. We might have to save up some money and pick someone up as a second driver, you know, going into the second season. Second season probably will be where we do make the second driver purchase, you know, because we will get that massive signing on bonus with a new sponsor at the start of the season, so that could fund directly a new secondary driver. But like you say, you run the risk of people going up in value. But yeah, let's just advance, see what everything's chatting once we do get back to the main menu. You can see once again we did Terra, Romain Grosjean in the rivalry breakdown. You know, we've got 4 races remaining in this rivalry, and then we will pick someone else. But yeah, boys, overall, like, we did get points on the board. You know, it's a solid finish, 8th, especially coming from P11 on the grid. But overall, I'm disappointed. I really am. Achieved top 12 Jordan and race. There we go. We've got a bonus from our sponsor. 50k damage reductions for us. I don't even know what we did. Serious though, 50k. Maybe it was that front wing. We probably should have got that front wing changed at the pit stop. That was probably childish of us to not do that. Because then we couldn't compete towards the end of the race in the last few laps. But yeah, overall, very disappointed with that one. I can't even lie to you. Very disappointed after the laps that we set in qualifying and practice to go and race like that. It's very disappointing, it really is. We could have done so much better. It's like everything that I just practiced and qualified, just out the window in the race. Everything that I did, every braking point, every apex on the corners, I just forgot about and was just racing like an idiot. But we do have the Spanish Grand Prix coming next. Hopefully we can do better. Well, I say do better, we come 8th still and got 4 points. That's big for us at this stage in the My Team career mode. The Spanish course, I have raced this before. The Spanish course has a lot of turns, a lot of twists and bends. So yeah, that will be in the next episode. If you did enjoy, please hit like on this one right now. Subscribe if you are new around here, and I will catch you in that next episode, boys. Take it easy.